based on what our neighbors told, what our friends told, what our parents, colleagues told, whatever your elder brother or sister might have chosen a career, we also end up picking up the same career without even checking if that career will be suitable for you or for me or for us. This is becoming India's one of the biggest problem because we don't even know what career options are there before we pick one career option. I think you all will agree and believe and accept in the statement when I say, when you go to a shop to buy a t-shirt that may cost you 300, 200, 500 rupees t-shirt, we just don't buy it and come, right? We go to the trial room, we put it on a shelf, we check if the size is fitting us properly, right? We take a selfie, we see if it is really my suit, correct? We also send it to our parents sometimes, or friends and colleagues, friends and family members, and ask, am I looking good in this? What is not good about it, right? And you have a mirror to see in front of you. You check all your sites, and you spend a handsome 20, 30 minutes to pick a t-shirt. I unfortunately have seen we don't even spend the same amount of time to pick a career for you. Just because somebody picked a career, engineering, medicine, management, this is what people have always kept in front of us. We also end up choosing that. So medical, engineering, commerce, even today is a great career option. But the question is, will it suit you? Will it fit you? Will you be able to get a good job in the future? Will you be able to start a business on yourself in that particular industry? Are you confident about that particular career? Will you be able to solve problems when you take up that career? These are the questions 90% of the time students in India don't ask these questions. You go to US, UK, or a few countries, maybe we also were very good at it a few years back during our Nalanda and Kurukshetra time, that we were very conscious in choosing whatever we were because of all the nonsenses, all the bad reasons. In today's time, we are very feeble in choosing a right career. So today what we are planning to do is, for the next few weeks, definitely your teachers and your dean sir or anybody in the institution might have told you, every Saturday we are going to spend time in taking one particular career cluster and giving you information and giving you a lot of knowledge and awareness about that particular career, so that all the 21 career clusters, students, you will be knowing before you pick a career for yourself. That's all the agenda is. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to put it across, and I'm going to let you fully understand this presentation. It's going to be a precise 30 to 35 minutes career orientation workshop for a particular career domain or a cluster called agriculture and food sciences. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. It's going to be a lot of image filled and less text, but a lot of colors and a lot of images for you to see, understand, so that you enjoy the overall presentation. Right now, before that, quickly look into this. These are the 21 career clusters we are going to learn, starting from agriculture and food sciences today. Then after that, probably we'll be doing medical sciences, allied paramedical sciences, fitness and well-being, engineering and technology. We'll be also doing architecture and planning, or architecture and construction, we can say, science and mathematics, IT and computer science, legal services, business management, sales and marketing, finance and banking, humanities, liberal arts and social sciences, education and teaching, mass communication, journalism, performing arts, art and design, animation, graphics and visual communication, hospitality, tourism and transport services, government and defense services. My dear children, did you even know that these many career clusters also did exist before? No, isn't it? We also study our subjects on the books, but haven't we ever thought, why am I even studying this? It's because when you study everything that is taught to you in CBSE today, you may get into one of these 21 different career clusters available. Now, quickly getting into the first career cluster today, which is agenda of the day. This way, we will be doing one career cluster every Saturday. So by the time you complete your grade 10, you are completely aware of the career options. After that, we will sit one-on-one. We will discuss with each other. We'll look into your marks, etc. We'll also conduct psychometric tests if possible, and we'll filter down the career options and give you. Okay. Now, getting into agriculture and food sciences, right? So now, the moment I tell agriculture and food sciences, what comes to your mind? like it starts in an old Kannada movie or even a new Kannada movie or a Telugu movie or a Tamil movie. You have a drone shot of a village with a lot of farmland and two cows are grazing and there is a farmer doing something. This is what comes to your mind first the moment I tell agriculture and food sciences, right? Normal, natural, because the moment we tell agriculture, those are the pictures that come to our mind because that is what we have seen in movies. And when we go to a village site, that's the picture that we see. But what if I tell you the latest or the last birthday of yours, your birthday, you must have given a 1 rupee eclair or a munch or a perk or a Kit Kat, a chocolate to your friend or to your friends or to anybody, isn't it? But did you understand or even realize behind that 1 rupee chocolate, there were so many professions that belong to agriculture and food sciences went behind to make that one chocolate, isn't it? Did you even think of it? So you need wheat, you need milk, you need sugar, you need cocoa beans, you need a wrapper to wrap it, you need a truck to take it from a place to place, you need a shop to sell it. There are so many professions that goes behind to sell or to make that 1 rupee eclair. We may think it's 1 rupee chocolate and we're eating it, but behind that 1 rupee chocolate, there are so many different professions within agriculture and food sciences to make that chocolate feasible for you. So I want you to understand the industry in total. Now, what picture that you are seeing is fundamentally the picture of, just a second, sorry. The picture that you're currently seeing is a picture of all the different professions in agriculture and food sciences. Instead of giving you a name, you are just in grade 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, whatever. I don't want you to give a lot of names right now, but though we will be using a few of them, but look at the lifestyle of a agriculture or a food scientist behind it. Now, when you say agriculture and food science, it does not mean there is no technology in it. Nothing like that. There's a lot of technology in agriculture in today's time. Okay, imagine how drone will be used for agriculture. Imagine how a software will be used to understand the crop and its yield, correct? And you need a supply chain software to manage the tomatoes that can go from the farmland to as many as Hopcoms in your location or, supermarkets in that location. Even before you eat that Lay's chips from a packet, a 10 rupee Lay's chip, there was a food scientist who ensured that food was not contaminated, but a good food was given to you. Are you able to imagine? Or it could be a person who is actually taking care of cows for dairy production. Okay, all of these are some examples that I want you to visualize. Okay, now 4 things we are going to cover in today's workshop. One is the field. We will be learning about the field, what work people are doing in that field. Is this particular agriculture and food sciences field for you, which means will it fit you? And what is the path to take up this field? These are the things that we are going to read today. Now, any agriculture and food sciences as an industry fundamentally has only 4 work to do, Baba. There is nothing more. You don't have to think too much about agriculture. There are only 4 things. Within these 4 things, you can actually fit in somewhere if you're interested. You can either be a producer of food, or you can be the protector of food, or you can make the food, or you can sell the food. There are fundamental, or make people eat the food, that is sell the food. Fundamentally, there are only 4 distinct, bifurcations within agriculture and food industry. Now, produce is what? What kind of a seed, what kind of a plant, what kind of a soil, where can this grow, how can this grow, weather condition, understanding. You need to be literally a farmer to know this, right? Now think of the Lay's chips that you buy in the supermarket. The potato must have been produced by the farmers, and then you need scientists to protect the yield that is actually under the mud right now. And once it is harvested, then it goes to the factory to make the chips, and then it comes to your table to eat. You can either be here or here or here or here. This is what happens to every single agricultural products that we think of today. Fundamentally, any profession will fall under one of these 4 categories. Okay, now what is this cluster knot? What I don't want you to misunderstand about this cluster is agriculture and food sciences is not about cooking. It's not about cooking. It's not an industry of cooking. It's not only farming. Farming is just one part of the basic part of the entire chain. And it is not low paying, and it is not old fashioned. There is this another mindset that, this is a very old fashioned opportunity or very old fashioned career. No, without it, there are a few careers that are timeless, not time bound. Either you are Gen Z or you are Gen Alpha. Without food, what, right? So it is not old fashioned, it is ever fashioned, it's evergreen. Agriculture is an evergreen industry. Okay, this is for you to understand what it is not. The previous slide is for you to understand what it is. Okay, now we are actually going to speak a little bit about a few different professions that comes within agriculture and food sciences. I'm randomly going to pick a few of them. Let me make you understand what does a crop scientist do. A crop scientist decides what to grow and when to grow, so a farm yields more without ruining the soil. Now imagine McDonald's. Do you know that McDonald's has this French fries? And McDonald's don't buy potatoes from the farmers outside. McDonald's has its own lands. It has its own farmers. It has its own kind of potato, a particular kind of potato that yields, so that they can give that a potato or a French fry consistently throughout any McDonald's store that you go to. So McDonald's will have somebody called a crop scientist working for McDonald's full time, who decides what, when the potato should grow, when it should grow, when it should not grow. All of this. He is a crop scientist. This is one of the interesting professions. Now let's understand what does a horticulturist do. He grows fruits, vegetables, flowers, and plantation crops that India exports for billions. India is very, very famous for this industry. We supply fruits, vegetables, and flowers in a big ton. Okay, very simple example. In south of India, there is a place called Shoolagiri, which is in Tamil Nadu, right? It's one of the highest suppliers of sunflowers to entire world. And those sunflowers don't even come to the Indian market. 100% of the sunflowers are actually transported to the world's outside. So that's what a horticulture does. Next is plant breeder. Designs the next seed variety, drought tolerant, rice disease resistant, and cotton. So it is like a software. You can make or modify a seed using and understanding its DNA in the laboratory. Even if it rains, it doesn't get affected. For example, even if there's drought, it doesn't get affected. So you can go to the biological lab and you can even make or invent a seed based on the problems or the feedback that farmers are giving you in today's time. Okay, then a plant doctor. He diagnoses what is killing the crop, what kind of an insect is killing the crop, and how can I come up with solutions to overcome that problem, right? Then soil scientist reads the chemistry of the first 30 centimeter of the soil and tells you exactly what it lacks. And he tells what can we do after from the problem that was identified. Irrigation engineer, veterinarian, dairy technologist. This is something that you can easily understand. Dairy technologist engineers how 230 million tons of milk a year become ghee, paneer, cheese, and ice cream. We can make ice cream at home, ghee at home in a smaller quantity. Can you imagine you want to make paneer for 10,000 people, 1 lakh people? Can you imagine how ice creams can be made for such a large volume? We need a technologist who can understand the complete DNA and the complete, the nature of milk. How does it respond in different kind of situations when you heat it, when you cold it, and when you freeze it, etc. And so that he will be able to tell us how can we achieve the end result of making large production with milk. This way, there are many, many careers within agriculture and food science. If I were able to speak to you, I would have asked one of you to tell me which career I want you to open, and I would have opened one of them and shown you. Anyways, look at these interesting career options like wildlife biologist. You can study about tigers and elephants and wetlands and writes the policy that protects them. You work for the forestry. How interesting this profession is. If you like animals, wildlife, and you also want to protect them, you can also get into that industry and read about them and become that, right? Now, I want to give you an example of what does a life offer one of these professions. I can't do it everything within a short span of time. This is only for you to spark that interest in you, right? So I want you to become curious about this industry, and hence we are doing this discussion. Now, amongst this 20 of them, I've taken just 4 career professions, and I want you to tell what does that person do in a day. Okay, what does an agronomist do? It's an example. So imagine his name is Arav. There is somebody called Arav. He is 26 years old. Okay, and he's an agronomist. What he does early in the morning at 7:30, probably he'll check the soil moisture, reading across 3 grape block because maybe he's working in a grape planting farm, and logs them into the farm ERP from the tablet. He kinds of puts it on his computer stating that what is the soil moisture reading today? Are we is the crop safe by in terms of soil moisture? He's kind of checking it and logging it. He does it at 7:30 in the morning. Then maybe he goes around, talks to people, understands the files, what is there, and probably at 10 o'clock he calls all his farmers on a WhatsApp group, maybe this week's spray schedule and weather alert. He's kind of telling what people are supposed to do or what farmers are supposed to do at 10 o'clock. And 2 p.m. what he may do, he's drawing grape samples from the for testing, and he's trying to give feedback or he's trying to understand what we should be doing next. Then at 4:30 he walks the trial plot for a new powdery. Maybe he wants to plant something new. He's going to the same farmland to see where he can start his new plantation. Okay, just visualize what his life would look like. And my question is, would you want to be that? Is a question. Correct. And comes as food technologist. Imagine she's Sneha, she's 28 years old. She's getting a salary of 10 to 18 lakhs, maybe for a particular company. I've also given an example company. Imagine she's working for ITC. Okay, they make biscuits and they make all food products, right? ITC. So ITC, what she will be doing as a food technologist, 9:30 in the morning, probably she ran a sensory panel for next gen Ashirwad multigrain atta. Is a very famous food product that you might have seen on the TV, right? So multigrain atta is a very famous thing that through which you make roti and chapatis and things like that. Right now, she is calling people to taste the atta, taste the food and say how it is, or maybe the end product like chapati, roti, so that she takes the feedback and goes and and she will redo to ensure to achieve that kind of a texture, that kind of a taste, that kind of a thing. And this one of a very interesting professions, because taste is something that you can't see. Taste is something you can't touch. Taste does not have a shape. Taste is something that you can feel. Correct? And food is something that makes or breaks somebody's life. Their day. Okay, how happy or how sad you are is totally based on what kind of food you eat for many people, isn't it? So now she is kind of trying to understand first thing in the morning. Hey, we came up with a new kind of an atta. Can you taste and tell how it is? And then she kinds of sees what she can do about it in the second frame, where some manufacturing is already going on. She starts to accelerate shelf life trial at 40 degrees Celsius, which means they'll keep it in a certain degree, all the food, and they will check if it is spoiling, not spoiling, it is able to take the heat or not, etc. Okay. Then in the evening, 2 o'clock, approximately 2 p.m. in the afternoon, she's kind of having a conversation with one of her vendors who's selling her product in the market. And he's coming and giving a feedback that this is what customers are feeling could be, or can be, customers are looking for protein today. Is there a way that we can include protein in our atta in the future? Things like that. And one more is at 5 p.m. She's kind of sending her data for the marketing team so that they can put the FSAI label on it and start the marketing. So this is what is the life of a food technologist would look like. Then drone agronomist. So we first saw agronomist, now we are seeing a drone agronomist. He must also be a technical person. Fundamentally the same kind of work. He should also understand, he should be tech savvy, comfortable to use, operate a drone, right? So drone is very easy. It can big farms. Imagine the farmland is 40 acres, 50 acres, 100 acres, and people are working throughout, and you want to go check if any part of the farmland is affected. People used to put small houses for every 3-4 kilometers and people used to stay, but that's not the case today. You can let the drone go inside and see if any harming animals have come inside the drone. Is the harvest happening as per the plan? All of this can happen with a drone agronomist, right? Then comes as what a veterinarian fundamentally does. Doctor again, okay. It's fundamentally a doctor, but there is allied veterinarian sciences where you're not directly a doctor necessarily. You can work in the doctor's team to take care of the cattle or any kind of a animal. Okay, now this is something that you can visualize what this Well, now, who this cluster genuinely suits? Who does it suit really? You need to be liking to be outside. This is a question that you need to ask yourself. Would you like to be outside? Do you feel biology love for you? Do you feel especially botany, more both botany, zoology, but if you're getting into core agriculture, would you love to have biology with you always? You feel it easy and you have that interest in biology, you should think of it. And this is something I want you to understand. If you're good in biology, interested in biology, medicine is not only necessarily the right route. Okay, agriculture can also be an area that you can think of. Okay, then you should think in seasons. You should think in weather conditions, seasons. You should think in what happens the first 4 months of the year, the next 4 months of the year. Based on that, you need to plan your crops, harvest. Everything is based on that. Okay, you care about food. Okay, you want stable hiring work. Okay, if you think you really fit in with these places, you can consider. You can write it somewhere and keep. Don't always shortlist the career options. Don't choose just because something felt great for you today. Don't jump into, yeah, I want to be an agriculture scientist. No, because we are in the exploration mode. This way, 21 different career clusters. You may feel a few more career clusters also fascinating for you. Okay, you want a desk job only, then don't choose this career. You're expecting 25 lakhs first day of the salary of the job itself, don't choose this career. You dislike biology, it will never work for you. You need instant feedback. You always want people to appreciate you for every small thing. No, your feedbacks or good positive will come after the success of the project, after the success of the yield, etc. Okay, now if this sounds interesting to you, what should you be doing after grade 10 is you should mandatorily choose science. Commerce or humanities can't be the choice for you, and within which you need to choose physics, chemistry, biology, non-negotiable. And if you want to take engineering side of it, then you also have to add mathematics to it. Okay, so now PCB covers core degree like BSc in agriculture, MSc in agriculture, horticulture. All of this is possible. But if you want to be an agriculture engineer, then you have to do mathematics, mandatory. Okay, PCB for core agriculture. But if you want agriculture engineering, then you need to do mathematics as well. Then this is the first real filter. And after that, once you complete your grade 12, you should be focusing on entrance exams like ICAR. Okay, you should be focusing on entrance exam like CUET, NEET UG. Okay, because veterinary, if you want to get into the NEET UG also, you should try to get into. Then JEE mains. IIT Kharagpur has agriculture and food engineering as a 4-year degree program. Even engineering students can get into this. Then NIT food tech programs. Many of the NITs have food tech programs, food and technology programs. That can be an option for the engineering students. Several agricultural engineering colleges are there too. So even if you write JEE, through that you can get into agriculture and food sciences. Then state level CET, CET is also you can actually take up. And there are colleges list that I can give you where you can consider. Now these are the top 10 colleges in India. India Agriculture Research Institute, which is the most popular college for doing agriculture in India, which is in New Delhi in a place called Pusa or Pusa, maybe, I don't know. So where you can do BSc in honors in agriculture, you can also do MSc in plant breeding and genetics, MSc agronomy, MSc in soil science, MSc in plant pathology, PhD in genetics. All of this is something that you can think of. NDRI, National Dairy Research Institute, which is in Haryana. GPUAT, GB Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, which is in Uttarakhand. PAU, Punjab Agriculture University. TNAU, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. UAS, University of Agriculture and Sciences. UNGRAU, Acharya NG Ranga Agriculture University. These are the few selected top universities in the country, or central universities. Even IIT Kharagpur is a part of it. Now, you may also think, after completing your graduation, either you want to go to a first job, you can always do that, or you think you want to do masters, you can always do that also. Now, these are the kind of companies that you can expect can hire you. Okay, so this is all agriculture inputs and seeds. These are the ones that who manufacture seeds and stuff. These are food companies like Nestle, ITC, Britannia, PepsiCo, Hindustan Unilever, Parle. etc. Now coming to dairy and corporators, could be Amul, Mother's Dairy, Heritage, Hatson, Nandini. These are few companies. Agriculture, agri-tech and quick commerce. These companies you may not know as a student, but I'm just letting you know that these companies do hire. That means I don't want you to misunderstand that only software companies are being hired and only HCL and Wipro and Netflix and Apple and Google are hiring people, and there is nothing like that. Even in agriculture, there are a lot of corporate companies that can hire you if you are taking this career very seriously. And now even universities abroad, outside the country also, you can study agriculture. If you're wanting to go to US, then SAT you should definitely prepare for. TOEFL and IELTS if you want it. Okay, Duolingo English test. This is for smaller countries if necessary. GRE and GMAT. You should be. This all English speaking or English fluency test. But these are few universities that you can think of if you want to go abroad. If you're interested, I can always send it to your teachers. You can take it from them. If this rhythm feels right, then the remaining act comes next in the same idiom. So I would like to conclude this with saying one thing is that we all very funnily say, right? They told you to study so hard so that you will earn money. But they tell study hard so that ನಾಳೆ ಊಟ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಓದ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಊಟ ಸಿಗಕ್ಕೆ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. We need people from agriculture and food sciences so that your next tea, coffee or snack also has a connection to the farmland somewhere. And there was a team of agriculture experts who gave you something on the plate that we're eating today, what you ate in the morning, afternoon, and what you'll be eating in the night as well. So there I would like to rest my today's presentation. This way we will continue to have one presentation every Saturday. Hope it was helpful. Thank you. One second. Oh, sorry, Raven sir. Sir, Raven sir, you are on mute. If you can unmute it again. We can't hear you.
Hello, sir. Hope you are hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, thank you so much for the wonderful session you have conducted for our kids. This is Umapati, Vice Principal from PSSEMR School.
Excellent, sir. Thank you, sir.
On behalf of our management, my dean, and the entire staff, I thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Pleasure is mine.
You enlightened our kids about various opportunities they have. And it's not just engineering or medical or a little bit more. It's vast, as you said, 600 plus careers. Thank you so much for enlightening all of us, sir. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks.
So nice to have you on this show, sir. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice weekend. Wish you all
Thank you
a very
so much,
happy weekend. Enjoy with your family. Okay, Karna, thank you.